What's up, guys? It is Frankie here. It is time to celebrate in Washington, D.C. The Washington Nationals somehow, stunningly, shockingly, are going to the World Series after a tremendous October playoff run. They beat the Brewers in a great wild card game, coming back in the eighth inning. Coming back down from hello again, hey Edgar, coming back from 3-1 in the eighth, hits the 2 home runs off Kershaw, and then Howie Kendricks hits the grand slam in the ninth or in the 10th. And now here, this wasn't even a series. This was a total beatdown of the St. Louis Cardinals, and it was nice for the Cardinals to finally show up tonight after you're already down 7 runs. It was good to see a little effort. It was good to see a little bit of a juice from the Nationals. That was pathetic, but from Washington. Just a disgraceful for St. Louis. Just a disgraceful showing. For Washington here, it's time to celebrate. Beat the Cardinals at 7-4. Get the brooms out to sweep, and we're here breaking it all down. The trophy presentation and all that coming up very, very shortly here. What a job by this Washington. Hold up, the Cardinals scored? Yes, the Cardinals scored 4 runs. They scored 4 runs somehow and had the bases loaded in the 8th, but couldn't get it done. Washington pulled it off. To Dave Martinez, to Rizzo, Strasburg, Scherzer, Soto, Rendon, Patrick Korbin, who gets the win tonight. To everybody on this team, what a great job. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on. Let there be light. What a great job by this team and what they did here over the these last few weeks has just been excellent from the Nationals. Beautiful baseball. And tonight it was Rendon who got the sac fly early, the RBI sac fly to lead him off 1-0. Soto yet again shows up with an RBI double. Robles RBI single, Gomez RBI single, Turner RBI single. And then that was it. That was the 7 runs they needed. The game was over yet again. This is 2 games today where the game was over in the first inning. The Yankees-Astros was not as obvious. This game was over in the first inning. From first inning on, you could tell that St. Louis was not going to come back. And Washington comes back just they came back. They didn't come back here tonight, but they've had even earlier this season when they came back down from 6 runs against the Mets to win that game. There's just no quitting this team. There's so much fight. I'm so impressed with this team and everything they've done over the last over this last month, over the last 2 months. For this team to be a wild card team to come in and look, I don't know if they're going to beat the Astros or the Yankees. I don't know. I have no clue. But for right now, if you're a Nationals fan, celebrate this moment because it is amazing that you guys have come this far this season. When people thought, all right, this team is just going to just fail in the wild. This team's all right, they might win the wild card game, great, but then that'll be it. And for them to get this far has been nothing short of amazing. And so all my total credit to the Washington Nationals, again, to Rizzo, Martinez, and this whole group. It's amazing. And you lose your best player. I was just about to bring it up. Losing Bryce Harper, and this team got better. They lost Harper, and this team somehow got better. And it truly is amazing for them. So, again, all credit to them. We're going to watch the trophy presentation here in just a little bit. We're going to watch the celebration. It will be a very, very, very jubilant Washington, D.C. today as the Nationals, again, will have clinched the baby shark, everything about this team. It's a likable team. It's a young team. It's a fun team. And this is now, I don't know where in history, this is the first time since 2015 when the Mets swept the Cubs, the first time a team sweeps in Major League Baseball postseason, a team sweeps a team, and they lead the whole way. The Nationals led the Cardinals the entire way. Washington did not even one moment do the Soto shuffle, yes. Washington did not trail in the series for one moment. That is an utter beatdown of epic. I'm stumbling over my words here. Of epic proportions, and the Nationals are going to pull this off. It's crazy. I mean, this was not. I mean, people didn't know how this team would react after Harper left, and to see what they've done. And again, people didn't think they would come out. I thought they were going to lose to the Dodgers. I'm like, all right, this is a nice win against Milwaukee. You're probably going to lose against the Dodgers, and then they beat the Dodgers, and here they are. And look at the celebration right now. They're in Washington. Just a great moment for this team, for this city. And, man, what a journey here for Washington. The Capitals win the Stanley Cup. The WNBA team, I'm sorry, I don't know their names. I'm going to pull it up right now. Washington WNBA, the Mystics win the WNBA finals. And now the Nationals are going to the World Series. Everything is turning around in Washington except for the Redskins and the Wizards. But you know what? A lot of good has happened in Washington here in the last year and a half. A lot of demons have been destroyed. You know, the Capitals couldn't get past the Penguins. The Nationals always choked in the first round. This team has constantly found ways. This city has constantly found ways to get over that hump collectively, and they did it here tonight. And they're now NL champions, and it's such a great moment here for this city. And again, now we get to see how they're going to match up against the Astros. But what a job by this team! There's nothing really to criticize. It's just amazing. They're the first time that a Washington team is going into the World Series since 1933. It's been 85 years. The Cardinals just tweeted, "Congratulations to the Nationals on a hard-fought series." It wasn't hard-fought. You just they took it really easy. The Nationals sweep the Cardinals to advance to the World Series. The last team to win their World Series in their first appearance in the Fall Classic, the 2002 Anaheim Angels, 17 years ago when they beat the Giants when they came back in Game 6 and Game 7. The Cardinals got swept. Yeah, I'm sure Cubs fans are going to enjoy this. If you're the Cardinals, I don't know what the reaction's like in St. Louis other than, look, I think the Nationals were the favorites going in. I don't think any of us realized how badly they were going to beat St. Louis. How St. Louis wasn't going to show up for 3.5 games. I mean, it literally was until the second half here of Game 4 that the Cardinals finally decided, hey, we should play baseball. We should start hitting. It took 3.5 games for them to realize that. So it's totally bizarre for this team that now they finally blow it, but or now that the Cardinals just, oh gosh, it's strange. It's amazing. Again, they lose Harper, and everything turns around for this team. The Harper goes away, and did Fowler ever get a hit in the series? Oh, wait, let me pull up. Hold on. I just had the stat here. Fowler, no, he was 0 for 0 today. Yeah, so no hits for Fowler. And again, for the Nationals, again, Turner was 2 for 4 tonight. Eaton was 1 for 3. Rendon was 1 for 3. Soto was 2 for 4. Robles was 1 for 4. Gomez was 1 for 4. Parra was 1 for 1. Patrick Korbin was pretty good early on, and then he started to blow it late. But it was all enough. Again, he had the 7-run cushion. He didn't even need it. It wasn't even a big deal. He had the 7-run lead. That was all he needed to get the Nationals the victory. And again, oh man, for the first time since 1933, the World Series will be played in the nation's capital. The Nationals scored 7 runs on just 21 pitches in the first inning. And the Cardinals had the tying run at the plate when they loaded the bases in the 8th, and they could not get it done. The Nationals were 19-31 on May 23rd. They're the 4th team in history to get there, despite being 12 games under 500 at one point. I don't know what the other 3 teams are. I'm sure it's very impressive. Again, like in May, it's like, oh, this team's, and then they've come back. Again, this is a team of fight, and it makes you think. Like, again, I'm still thinking the Astros are going to win this series. I'm not going to be shocked anymore if Washington pulls it off. If Washington's able to pull this series out, if Washington's able to pull this win, I would not be shocked at all, because they just have that mojo right now. They just have that fire. They just have that, we're not gonna give up. We're gonna keep fighting. They just have that toughness about them. They just have that will about them. So I still think Houston's probably gonna win, or the Yankees. But if Nationals win the World Series, the only team to not win World Series would be Seattle. Is that true? I guess that would be. Hold on. MLB teams. Well, let me look it up right now. You're probably right. I just want to make sure here. Let's get to the teams. The Orioles have a title. Boston, Yankees. Does Tampa have a title? Tampa doesn't have a World Series title. Toronto has a title. Chicago has a title. Cleveland has a title. Detroit has a title. Yeah, 68 and 84. Kansas City has a title. Minnesota has a title. Houston has a title. The Angels. Oakland has one. No, and Seattle does not. Has Seattle even been in the World Series? No, Seattle has not been in the World Series. So That's crazy. The Texas Rangers have not gone. Okay, so that's three. It's three teams. The Braves, the Marlins somehow do. The Mets do. The Phillies do. And you got now the Nationals. So that's four. The Cubs have a title. Cincinnati Reds have a title. The Brewers have a title, right? No, the Brewers don't. Okay, that's five. The Pirates have a title. St. Louis has a title. Arizona. Colorado, I don't think it does. No, so that's six. LA, the Dodgers. Let's go, Nationals. Let's go. They're in it, amazingly. The Dodgers have one. San Diego have one? The San Diego doesn't, and the Giants do. Okay. Never mind. Instagram screwed me over. Okay, so just a little bit of a fun here. So here it is. This is the World Series celebration. I'm going to talk over it because I'm probably going to get copyrighted. Here's the celebration right now in Washington, D.C. The Nationals again. National League champions. Who would have thunk it going into this season? Again, not with – oh, it's still working. Not with the players that they – losing Harper was like, oh, that's it. Losing Harper, this team's not going to – break out the plastic sheets. Yes, there will be champagne flowing tonight in our nation's capital. And now we don't have to worry about Game 4 of the NLCS, Game 5 of the NLCS getting pushed back because there won't be any. And good. Put the Cardinals out of their misery. They deserve it. And we will have the MVP. I don't know who that's going to be yet. And there is the National League, the really average-looking National League championship title trophy. It's average-looking. It's whatever-looking. It exists. I really don't care. I wish they didn't give out these conference championships. They don't really mean anything. It's all about it's nice, but I'm waiting for it. And who would have thought the Nationals after they lose their best player, and Bryce Harper right now is sitting there crying. I'm sure Bryce Harper's trending on Twitter. I'm sure people are going nuts about Bryce Harper. To Ted Lerner, the founding principal owner of the Nationals. I don't know how old he is, but good for him. Good for him that he gets a title here, or at least a title appearance. What are the odds I get blocked here during this live stream? I don't think the quality of this TV is not great. I think I'll be fine. Mark Lerner, the managing principal owner of the Washington Nationals. Man, the Nationals. A great offensive showing from this team constantly over these last Again, they should have been out twice. They should have been out against Milwaukee. They should have been out against the Dodgers, and look where they are right now. That Soto hit's going to go down as one of the greatest. If the Nationals win this World Series, the Soto hit, and the Kendricks Grand Slam are going to become legendary because that led the team to the World Series title. Mike Rizzo, the general manager. What's the point of division conferences if people don't care about winning them? In the NBA, nobody cares about winning divisions. They care about it in the others. In the NFL and the NBA, people care about conferences. They don't care about divisions, I don't think. Well, okay, the NFL you care a little bit. Yeah, that's nice, the division title. No one cares in the NBA. Baseball has a little bit too. Yeah, it matters the least in basketball, though. It matters the least in the NBA. World Series, Washington Nationals. There were so many teams the Nationals had that you assumed were better than this. Never made it. Dave Martinez, this is his second season as Nationals manager. Also, I can imagine two people who are not feeling pretty good about themselves right now, Bryce Harper and Dusty Baker. Everywhere Dusty Baker leaves the Giants. It takes them a while, but 8 years later they win the title. Dusty Baker leaves the Cubs. Soon after or later, it takes them a while. The Cubs win the World Series. Dusty Baker leaves the Nationals. Nationals are heading to the World Series. Wow, and man, what a job! The Nationals just need to win 4 more games, just 4 more. But it's probably going to be against Houston or the Yankees. And again, I think most of us agree that the Astros or the Yankees are probably better teams than the Nationals right now. But again, as of this moment, I'm not convinced. As of this moment, I am not 100% convinced because it just seems like Washington's just on this great ride. And the Nationals are going to get time off, too. The Nationals are going to get good time off. How come the NBA doesn't give a Western Conference MVP or Eastern Conference MVP trophy? I don't know why. Don't understand that either. But Nationals, NL champions. And now we're going to find out who the NL MVP is, or the NLCS MVP is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the MVP of the NLCS,
Howie Kendrick. Howie Kendrick pulls it off. 5 for 15, 4 doubles, 4 RBIs. Had the grand slam in the division series. They're so excited. This is how we do it. And again, Howie Kendrick with probably the biggest hit in Nationals history right now. The grand slam in game 5 of the NLDS. The National again. Somebody tell me. Look under. What are the other 3 teams that were 12 games below 500 and reached the World Series? The Nationals are now the 4th one. Ex-Dodger, yeah. Man, the Dodgers also can't. If you're a Dodger, you can't feel good about this. Yet again, I love underdogs, and the Nationals right now are a perfect underdog. Man, just fantastic.
this is the best time of my career. The best moments of my career have happened this year.
Good for you, Howie Kendricks. Good for you to pull this off.
Honestly, this trophy is not just mine because we're a team. We all share this, and we've all earned this, and that's what we're about.
All right, and now again, can the Nationals take on Houston? Can the Nationals take on the Yankees? We'll have to find out, and we will find out very soon. But the Nationals are going to get time off, while the Yankees and Astros, I'm assuming Yankees-Astros is probably going to go 6 or 7. The Nationals are going to get much-needed time off before they get into the next. Well, they're not going to have home field advantage. But right now, you don't care about that. Right now, you're like, we're just in it. We're in the NLCS, or we're in the World Series. We went past the NLCS. We're in the World Series. How are you going to pull it off? And the Nationals had a lot of mistakes and failures along the way. Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do do. The Nationals can get film on the AL, yes. What a celebration. What a moment here in Washington. Astros in 05 and the Mets in 73. Oh, all right. Do we know the other one? Okay, so that's, again, there's 4. Those are 2. Does anyone know the third one? But, yeah, the Astros in 05, yeah, they got swept by Chicago. Mets in 73 almost beat Oakland in 7, but Oakland pulled it off. So there's one more there. But the Nationals are now the 4th team, again, to be 12 games under 500 and make it to the World Series. And if you're St. Louis, gosh, how do you deal with yourself if you're St. Louis? How do you deal with the embarrassment of what just happened? Again, they never led in this series. Play We Own It by Wiz Khalifa. You can do that on your Alexa. I can't do that on mine. I'm going to get copyrighted. And I fear I'm going to get copyrighted for doing this. Nats have a good pitching and offense, so there's a chance. Yes. I mean, again, and they're hot. Usually in baseball, the best team does not win, the hottest team does. And right now, you can make an argument that the hottest team in baseball is the Washington Nationals. And all the momentum that they have right now, you can make an argument that this is, oh gosh, I'm shrinking. You can make an argument that they are the hottest team. Wait, National fans, you're leaving? What's with all the fans leaving? That's ridiculous. Celebrate. You're going to the World Series. They're gonna pour champagne on you eventually. I'm still trying to figure out how they did this. How the Cardinals of all teams, were not prepared for the moment. Get the brooms out. The Yankees had the brooms out against Minnesota. The Nationals have the brooms out against St. Louis.
Guys stepping up the same, right? In the whole cycle last year, you think about MVPs over the board. How
Boston Braves 1914. Thank you, Fernando. Fernando is the MVP of this live chat for coming out with those three. Did the Boston Braves win the 1914 World Series? Let me look that up. 1914 World Series. Oh yeah, the Boston Braves did it. Yeah, the Boston Braves were in last place on July 4th and won the National League pennant by 10 games. So of the 4 teams that have done it, or the 3 teams that have done it before, only the Boston Braves have won it all. So the other 2 have lost it. We'll see what the Nationals can do to add to that. National League champions. Again, never did it with Harper. Never ever did it with Harper. And they've done it without him. But they had Scherzer and Strasburg, so many guys, Soto and Doan, and Kendrick. I'm sure I'm missing some right now. Oh my gosh, look at Max Scherzer. Good for him. Good for Scherzer. Good for him. Good for him to get to this moment. Even if you don't win it, I mean, yeah, it's going to stink if you don't win it. But right now, playing down to your opponent's the bane of better on paper teams' existence. Yes. Don't copyright me yet. Don't copyright me. Don't copyright me. Don't copyright me. Don't copyright me. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're still here. We're still live. I'm going to get a copyright strike later. I don't care. This is a good moment. Fantastic. I wish this series could have been better. That's the one thing I look back. I wish this series could have been a better series. I wish this could have been a more enjoyable series. I didn't really care who won, but it was like disappointing to me to see St. Louis just do nothing. Yeah, celebrate. Get drunk, ladies. Enjoy this. You don't know if you're going to beat Houston. You don't know if you're going to beat the Yankees. Enjoy this moment. Celebrate this moment. And now we could be on the verge of who knows how many more National League championships for the Nationals. Or they could have won. I mean, it's no longer the Dodgers. It is now the Nationals. It is now, I'm sure the headlines tomorrow will read, the Nationals League. Nats made it quick and painless. Yes. But I like enjoyable. Like last year's NLCS was great between the Dodgers and Brewers back and forth. This one was really, boring because again, I can interpret that when it all turned around for the Nationals was that 6-run comeback in the beginning of September against the Mets. That's when it felt like this team could do no wrong. And ever since then, it's been great. I mean, earlier this year, we had the St. Louis Blues, who were at one point in the season in last place, come back and win the Stanley Cup. So, we've seen like bad starts turn around a team, and the Nationals have done it here. Nationals had a rough April, a rough May. They turned it around. They're National League champions here in 2019. Bryce Harper relaxing in his house with his $330 million contract. Yeah, but don't you think he's a little ticked off? He's never been to a World Series, and now here he is again. 07 Giants. Yes, the 07 Giants started off 0-2. They almost lost week 3 to the Redskins. They turn around, they win the Super Bowl. I'm proud of this team. Yeah, you should be proud of this team. Even if you're not a Nationals fan, respect this team and all they've done. But Harper's got to feel bummed out because, even yes, you have all the money and good for you. But you're like, you've never played in a World Series. That's the one thing out of your resume. We all know you're great. You've never been to a World Series. You've never played in a World Series, and that's gonna sting. That's gonna sting for him. So I feel I'm upset for him, but he went to Philadelphia. He got the money, and now he's just. I'm proud of this team. Zimmerman needs his ring. Yes, Ryan Zimmerman, a good player on this team for a long time. I'd be happy. Again, if the Nationals won, I wouldn't be angry. I'd be like, good for this team. That World Series bound is good for them. Is the champagne coming or not? The champagne will be pouring very, very soon. But no, a lot of happiness right now, a lot of celebrations. Also, good job by TBS. They have not cut away to the studio at all. Great job by TBS here. They've been. Oh wow, Hudson threw his glove. Oh man. All right, so, wait, hold on. Okay. This show is completely uncoordinated. Soto is the better Harper. No, I won't argue that, but I mean, look, Soto's great. Soto's fantastic. Soto doesn't have the ego, and Soto comes up big in big moments. Looking for other national stats here. And we will have the champagne as they get ready to pour that. Just like the 18 Capitals. Yeah, exactly. That's what I brought up earlier. The 18 Capitals, they beat the Penguins in the second round. They got all of it. They win a Game 7 against, I think it was Tampa Bay. They win the Stanley Cup. And finally, Ovechkin has his first title. Everything turns around for them. That's what this feels like. And they're National League champions here. Last name ever. First name greatest. And even on their Twitter page, they now say digital home of the 2019 National League champion Washington Nationals. This has been a great night because it's made me completely forget about the debate. I forgot that there was a debate. So that was a good there. But man, I just can't believe that this happened. I cannot believe the Nationals picked up this title. After everything they went through last year and losing Harper and all of the chokes that this team, you're just like, okay, this team's never going to pull it off. For them to get it done here in this remarkable fashion. Again, all credit to this team. Just fantastic. The Fall Classic is going to the Capitol. Yep. This is going to be a very interesting fall cap. Again, I still think Houston's probably going to win it. But you never know now with Washington. You never know with this team. All right, so I'm assuming like we're very close to the champagne getting poured here. The baby shark, like everything's nice, like everything about this team, and there are the old Montreal Expos. I mean, that's what this team used to be, and it was starting to feel like when they were the Expos. Yeah, man, Pedro was so good. Pedro was good. Pedro almost had a perfect game with the. Howie Kendrick traded to Washington, ruptured his Achilles in May 2018, played 121 games in 2019 while hitting .344, won the NLCS MVP as Nationals go to World Series. A remarkable season for him. And yeah. And this team has so much momentum right now. That is the other scary thing about it. This team has just a ridiculous amount of momentum. This is the by the way, also to add to that stat earlier, how the Nationals this is their first World Series appearance in the last 17 years. There have been 6 teams from 2002 to now that have made their first World Series appearance. Only the 2002 Angels won. The 2005 Astros got swept by Chicago, the White Sox. The 2007 Rockies got swept by the Red Sox. The 2008 Rays lost a tough series to the Phillies. And the 2010 Rangers lost to the Giants on an Edgar Renteria home run to rise of dominance from the previews. Yes, that's what's going to come down to. That's what there will be a lot of those videos coming up. And Bryce Harper, as I predicted, is trending right now. Yes, it's that SpongeBob meme where Squidward's looking out the window at SpongeBob and Patrick having fun. Although, again, he has his money, so how angry can he really be? I'm sure he's upset, but at the end of the day, he's still rich. Nats can rest to be 100% for the World Series. That's the best part about it. The Nationals. Oh my goodness, the Nationals had a 0.1% chance to win the pennant on May 25th. 0.1. Their season was over, and they're now going to the World Series. They were 19-31, and they sat in 4th place in the division. It looked over. They're the second division winner in the history of baseball that won the pennant and never led the division. The 2003 Florida Marlins are the other. Yeah, this team has a lot of 2003 Marlins vibe. And then once Martinez came back after his heart problem, they've been great. Zimmerman was the first ever draft pick by the Nationals. He's in his 15th year with the team. Franchise leader in hits, total bases, doubles, home runs, runs, and RBIs, and about to play the Nationals' first ever World Series, the mulligan of the year. Man, if someone would have been better on the team this time, how much do you think they would have made? I'm gonna try to look it up now. What the odds were of the Nationals at one point. I'm going to go to sportoddshistory.com. So I want to see because, okay. Oh, wow. Perfect tweet. All right. On July 8th, to win the National League pennant, the Nationals were 30-1. The Nationals were 30-1 at one point to win the National League pennant. So yeah, if you put $1 on the Nationals, you would have gotten $30. I feel like there would have been more. I guess there was just a lot of hope in this team and the talent that they had. But here they are. And also at one point in this year, the Nationals were 62-1 to win the World Series. Didn't somebody make a really big bet on the Astros to win it all? I'm sure. And it's not a dumb bet. Betting on the Astros to win the World Series. I mean, they've been a constantly great team all year. So it wasn't stupid, and now they look like they might do it. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, I'm happy for Ryan Zimmerman. I'm happy for Martinez. I'm happy for Kendricks. Again, I'm happy for Ryan Zimmerman to spend 15 years with this team and is probably getting his number retired when it's all said and done with that team. I mean, he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's like David Wright. Although, like he's that guy who's just been so great with this team for all these years. If he won a World Series, I wouldn't complain. I'd be like, good for him. He's somebody. So, yeah, I'm kind of hoping the Nationals win the World Series if they won. All right, so there it is. The Nationals are the 8th or the 9th team to sweep the LCS since it became a best-of-7 back in 1985. Only the 95 Braves have won the World Series after sweeping the division series. Didn't Springer get hurt tonight because it saw that he pulled a hammy or something running to third? Did Springer get hurt tonight? I'm just hearing about this now. I'm not seeing anything about Springer being hurt, but I mean that'd be. Yeah, I'm not seeing it either right now. So maybe I'm wrong, but he's been limping since game 2, but he's playing and running aggressively. So that doesn't look like it's too bad. Yeah, Zimmerman's a team legend. Again, number 11 will be retired one day. He's a great player with that team. He's been consistently there, and it would be great for him to win a title. It'd be great for Washington to win a title. He's got to be up there for like guys that have waited the longest to win an MLB title. He's got to be up there. I mean, 15 years. So it'd be good for him to win a World Series. Yanks tried to injure Bregman. Did they? Did they hit him? I'm just finding out about this now. I watched the games. I guess he did get hit. So I don't know if they tried to hurt him. I don't believe in this part of the season you're trying to hurt guys on purpose. I don't believe you're trying to pitch guys and hit them. And also, if you were to hurt anybody, wouldn't you hurt like Altuve or Springer? Why would you want to try to injure Bregman? The Nationals were 12 games under 500. They were 12 games under 500 on May 23rd. Ridiculous. Also, Bryce Harper said earlier at his introductory press conference with the Phillies, he said he wants to try to bring a title back to D.C. It looks like it's going to happen. Let's pour one out for the Kershaw Demons. No, it's still there. It's still alive. It's not going away. It's not going away for a long, long time. Oh, man. And look at all this. What a long, long road for this Washington Nationals team to get to where they are now. I know I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. All right, during the NLCS, here's a good stat. The number of innings in which the Nationals led, 31. Number of innings in which the Cardinals led, 0. But he's okay. Chelsea did it on accident. Okay, fine. The Nationals now have more pennants since 2000. The Nationals have more pennants since 2005 than the Atlanta Braves have playoff series wins. The Are the Nationals going to wear their Expos throwbacks? Probably not. Somebody put that on Twitter. I don't think that'll happen. No, just stick with the National stuff. This is what you are now. First time in franchise history. Dodgers are the new age Braves. Dodgers, I mean, the Braves at least made the World Series a couple of times. Oh, yeah, I guess the Dodgers did too. The Braves won a World Series. The Dodgers haven't. I mean, there were times in like 08, 09, like that team was just awful. Lost 100 games. They just looked horrendous. I can't believe 10 years later this team. I know like in baseball there's rebuilding, but like I remember like when the Nationals got there in Washington, they were just the worst team. I never thought they'd be relevant, and here we are. Here we are with them as title. It all really started with when they got Strasburg, when they got Harper. They added some moves, some stuff. Got Scherzer, and the team's turned around. They have a bunch of young guys now, and it's great. Nationals are the 7th team in wild card era to sweep the LCS. I'm looking for some other stats here. Can't really find it. I'm wondering if they're are they going to do the team photo? I'm waiting for the Nationals team photo. Those are great. I'm assuming that will be coming soon. Again, the Nationals' 9th team in LCS history to record a sweep. This will be on October 25th. Washington will host its first World Series game in 31,429 days. The last 3 starts, Scherzer, Strasburg, and Korbin have all had 11 strikeouts. First time in baseball history that a team got 11 straight strikeouts from their starters in 3 straight games. Being an A's fan, do you think we would have given the Yankees a better first series? It's close though. I mean, I think the Twins. I think the Twins were a better team. So I feel like Minnesota was the better team. Now the Minnesota did get to play a lot of weak teams in their division. I'll say yes, but it's close. It may have been. I mean, can anyone have been worse than Minnesota though? I don't know. It's tough. It's tough for me to think about, but I think either way. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 games. I'm not answering the question. I just think it's a hard question to answer, but I think it's. I think either way the Yankees win. So I said the Twins were probably a better team, but I mean Oakland couldn't beat Tampa Bay at home. That's another game. Like first, second inning, Oakland just gives a bunch of home runs and it's over. That was a rough one for Oakland. Oakland just does not have a way. Whatever it is under the Billy Bean system, Oakland cannot win big games. Oakland just has a way of just not. Oakland's only made the ALCS once or twice, and nothing. Celebration here for Washington. And again, they don't need. You didn't need the what's its name? Been waiting for 24 years. Yeah. What was the last one? 89. When was the last Oakland Athletics title? I think it was 89, if I remember correctly. And now the Cardinals. Oh gosh, I gotta hear Matheny. I gotta hear Schlett. Why did I say Matheny? I gotta hear Schultz say, "Oh man, we got a lot of heart and fight in this team." No, there's none. There's none. If the closest you had to heart and fight was Game 4, yeah, no, there's no heart. Yeah, 1989 was the last Oakland Athletics World Series. Beat San Francisco in the Earthquake Series. Battle of the Bay, thought it was 90. No, the Battle of the Bay was 89. 89. 90 was the Reds sweeping Oakland. If I remember correctly. Well, 89 and 90, back-to-back sweeps. I didn't realize that. The Athletics were heavy favorites heading into the 90 World Series, but they were swept by the Reds. And yet the Athletics have not been in the World Series since. They did they have been to the playoffs in 92, 2000, 02, 03, 06, 12, and 13, but they have not made it past the ALCS since. There's a lot of regrets St. Louis should be having right now. Again, I shouldn't spend all my time on St. Louis. I just can't believe how bad they were in this series. I mean, at least they showed a little fight here in Game 4, but like it took you that long. All right, St. Louis, their first NLCS appearance since 2014. They led the league in steals. They had one of the best pitching staffs. They had the fewest errors, but they had 5 runs a game, which was 10th in the National League, which is bad. Notable free agents: Adam Wainwright and Ozuna. So it's interesting to see how they will go forward here. If this is Wainwright's last season, that's a bummer in St. Louis. If this is his final season, that's rough because he's been a great pitcher for them, and it's sad to see that this might be the end. I don't know what his contract extension is. So Cardinals quit just as bad as they did against Red Sox in the World Series. Now, the Cardinals showed some fight in the World Series in 2013. They had a 2-1 lead, if you remember, and then Johnny Gomes hit the home run in Game 4, and that was basically it for them. Then they lost Game 5, lost Game 6. The Cardinals showed fight early in that series, and then they faded away. Boston came through. They showed no fight in this series. They showed none. Embarrassing. Again, this game was 7-0 in the first inning. And then they finally realized, oh my gosh, we're going to be just shut out completely, so we might as well fake it. We might as well score some runs here. And they did late. But it wasn't enough. It was so bad. This whole series. Also, Patrick Korbin has 21 strikeouts in his first 2 career postseason starts. He's one of 4 pitchers to do that. Tim Lincecum, Bob Gibson, and Sandy Koufax. What a trio there. Howie Kendrick's also the 3rd oldest oldest player to win NLCS MVP. Joins Willie Stargell and Benito Santiago. Wow. Oh, I can't believe that. No champagne yet for the Nationals? When's the champagne going to happen for the Nationals? When's the champagne party? Come on. I'm waiting here for the Washington to do the champagne. Oh, come on. Also, interesting stat. The Nationals are 7-0 in the postseason when they're wearing blue jerseys. Go figure. Poor Adam Wainwright. It's been a great career for him, and it's sad that it had to end like this. If this is the end of his career, it's sad that it would have to end coming into a 7-0 game. But again, a fantastic career for him, and I hope this isn't the end, but you never know with these guys at this age. You never know. It's been a rough go for the Nationals / Expos, but here they are. Wait. They're playing congratulations on the TV. Nothing but smiles for the Nats. No, nothing but smiles and joy and jubilation for them. Any more questions here, guys? We'll wait until the champagne pops, and then we'll get going. But yeah, Bryce Harper trending, World Series trending, Nationals not trending for some reason. Oh, they're going into pop. They're getting into their locker room now. They're going to be popping bottles here very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that. We like to watch those. I wish the Yankees could be popping bottles, but that probably won't happen. It always comes back to the Yankees for me. Baseball nearing its end. Yeah, it's nearing its end, but you know what? It's been a great postseason. It's been a really enjoyable postseason here, and you know it's time for us to move on to baseball and move on to basketball. So, and we will be doing a lot of basketball shows here on the channel. So keep an eye out for that. We've been doing this for 43 minutes already. My gosh, my mouth is dry like heck. It has not felt like 43 minutes. This 43 has gone on very quickly. Watching the parade, watching the celebration and all that. Oh gosh, we got this. The baby shark. You know what? I'm not a fan of the baby shark. I just find the whole meme annoying. But you know what? Good for them. If that's their song and that's what gets them pumped, good for them. I'm glad that excites them. I'm glad that excites every Washington Nationals fan. I don't like that song. I don't like memes anymore. I'm becoming a bitter old man. Hopefully my Kings can make the playoffs. Lucky number 13. We'll see with Sacramento. Are they favored right now? Are they favored to get into the playoffs? I'm looking for it right now here in the NBA. Wondering what the odds are here for the Kings. If they're not like favored to, all right, let's see. All right, the 8 teams right now. So Nationals, Gloria is Baby Shark. Yeah, Gloria is way better. Fine, Baby Shark's okay. But you know what? Gloria is so much better. You know, that's a great song. So St. Louis, the Blues win over the Nationals in terms of best songs. Okay, so we have Clippers, Lakers, Rockets, Warriors. That's 4. Utah, Denver, Portland, and Dallas. So the Kings are not favored here. Oh, okay. Dallas, New Orleans, and San Antonio are all right there. Oh, there it is. There it is. Pop the bottles. Enjoy the moment. Washington Nationals or NLCS bound. Or World Series bound. I'm an idiot. They made it through the NLCS. They're heading to the World Series. What a great, great time here for this Washington Nationals fans. What a performance. Congratulations, team. You know what? I'd say, like, oh, they do this too much in baseball. They do the champagne too much. But you know what? They enjoy it. So what am I to complain? They enjoy it. I don't know if they do it for the cameras or not, but whatever they do it, you know what? Enjoy it. They look like they're having so much fun. Good for them. Oh, they got lightsabers out. Oh boy. Oh man, everybody's gonna get hammered, and they don't have to play tomorrow. So you know what? All right, and now Pedro is the first to bring up. Congratulations, well deserved for the team, city, and fans. Absolutely. Pedro Martinez now just brought up Bryce Harper. Again, how do you feel if you're Bryce Harper? Do you feel devastated? Do you feel angry? Or do you like, hey, I got my money? Because, again, it can't feel good. You leave the team. You never win anything with this team. You leave the team. They go to the World Series. They're better off without you. Like in your relationship, when you leave that person, you keep an eye on who they date next and see if they're any better or any worse. And yeah, it's obviously the Nationals are obviously way better with him gone. So I'm guessing, as a jealous ex, I'm guessing he can't enjoy that. It is coming up to midnight here on the East Coast. We're going to wrap things up here. But we will be back tomorrow if the Yankees and Astros are playing. Well, did what want to give DC a World Series? Oh, the irony. Yep. By leaving, he made the team. He opened the checkbook for the team. He had them play better. That's got to be an indictment on. And Philly misses the playoffs this year. So you know what? Bryce Harper, overrated. Maybe we completely overrate Bryce Harper. He leaves the team, they do better. I wonder if Trout left the Angels, if that would ever happen. But that's not going to happen because he signed a ridiculous contract. And they're showing the Astros-Yankees highlights right now, which I'm not really interested in. I already saw the darn thing. So we will be back tomorrow doing if the Yankees and Astros play Game 4. We will be back. I don't know if they are because, again, the weather for the Yankees-Astros doesn't look very good. So it's very possible the game gets rained out. Rain may have a big impact on the Yankees-Astros. The New York Metro weather says 95% chance of a delay or cancellation for Game 4. So it looks like it's going to get rained out tomorrow. Which, if it happens, fine. Stay safe, buddy. I absolutely will. I'm going to be in the house, but whatever. But whenever Game 4 of Yankees-Astros is, I will be back here doing a post-game show right after it. I will also be back tomorrow, definitely, for my Week 7 predictions. If you've been following along with my predictions, you know I haven't been doing very well. But I'm here to turn that around this week. There's been too many upsets. I'm here to turn it around. I don't know why people are trusting me with my picks. I don't think anyone is. They probably shouldn't. But you know what? I'm here to turn it around this week. So we will have Week 7 predictions coming up tomorrow morning, very early. I don't know exactly what time, but it will be tomorrow morning early on. So go check that out. And, that's basically it. Again, congratulations to the Washington Nationals. A tough team. They have fought this entire season tooth and nail, and here they are. They are now 4 wins away from the World Series. Didn't think it was going to happen all year. When you saw them, down against Milwaukee, when you saw them down against the Dodgers, when you saw them down here, we saw them playing against the Cardinals, you never thought this would happen, but here they are. They make all the comebacks they can, and then they sweep St. Louis. And again, they're now 4 wins away from a World Series title. Will they do it? Will they not do it? We'll talk about it at nauseum over the next couple of days. But right now, enjoy the moment, enjoy the celebration. The Nationals again now in the World Series, and who knows what will happen next? But they're going to take on either Houston or the Yankees. We'll find out who in the next couple of days. Thank you guys for watching so much. If you like what you see, click down here and subscribe. Again, I'll be back tomorrow for my Week 7 predictions. And maybe for Yankees-Astros Game 4 if it doesn't get rained out. Until then, and also thank God I have not been blocked yet on YouTube. Apparently it was not copyright, so thank God. But if I can't live stream tomorrow, you'll notice because YouTube is giving me a copyright claim. I don't think that'll happen, but YouTube's communist, so it's weird. Thank you guys again so much. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, take care and God bless.